Advertisers, owners, or management of Pacific Telestations, LLC. For comments, opinions, and questions, please email Jess Lujan at jessthebuzz@gmail.com. The Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Jess Lujan. Welcome to this edition of The Buzz. We're going to continue our conversation tonight about jobs with the folks from the Department of Labor. We have Phyllis joining us again, Phyllis Tapasna, who's the American Jobs Center Programs Coordinator, as well as Teresa Camacho. You're the Employment Development Worker 3, right?
Yes,
okay. You guys in the same office, but doing two different things. So we talked a little bit about American Job Center last week. Let me start with you, Teresa, in regards to employment development worker. Employment development. Okay, so we're developing work here.
Right,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So basically my role is at the center is to assist qualified job seekers in connecting them to employers.
Okay.
So we assist them when they come in through the center. We can help them with their resumes and help them build their resumes, because there's a lot of job seekers that do come into our center that have never even owned a resume and didn't even know that a resume is crucial as far as their job search. So we do assist them in that way. We have them coming through the center. We do an orientation and just give them an overview of all the services that we provide at the center, and then we connect them to employment development workers who can help them developing their jobs and their job search and assist them with all that.
So basically what you're doing, what you said, qualified employees, okay? Very different from the American Job Center, is that you're getting people ready to go to her, basically. Well, not to be unemployed, but you're getting folks ready. You're getting people ready for the world of work. Whereas you have qualified employees for whatever reason, they may be disemployed or whatever, and they're having to get back into the workforce. But now they need other skill sets, or maybe even a resume to get in. That's where you guys come in, right?
Right. That's where we come in.
Yeah. So where do you differ then, and where do you mesh?
Okay. Well, actually, we're meshed because we are part of the American Job Center.
Okay.
Teresa's role is what we call the basic career services, where she aligns the job seekers with the employers.
Okay.
And then my role, or the role of the program side of the house, takes those individuals that have no skills, have never worked before, or who are underskilled, and just need a little training with employers or training with what we call our eligible training providers to kind of give them a boost in applying for jobs with employers. And so we provide the case management services, the individualized services for these folks. It's something like bringing an individual in out of high school who has never worked before, and partnering them with maybe an employer who's willing to bring in somebody at the entry level. And then we, on the other side, will provide them with related training instruction, kind of like the apprenticeship program that I had talked about earlier. But this would be more at the entry level position, just giving them an idea of what it's like to be in the workforce.
No, let me ask this in regards to employment here. Last week when Lena was here, we spoke about, of course, working with the schools to how do you get kids ready for the world of work. This education department is doing that, but you guys, the reality is with you guys. Now, how years ago, there was a welfare to work program. I think it was under the Clinton administration. I may be wrong, but a welfare to work. How are you guys? Are you guys married somehow again to the agencies or the departments that work? Again in regards to again government subsidies, where people have never worked or have been unemployed, and of course to be in the program or hey, look, you need to be looking for work out there. Are you working with some of these agencies again so they can up their skill and get them out again, basically the welfare to work program?
Yeah. Well, interesting that you bring that up, because with the American Job Center, we have 6 core programs. We have the adult, the dislocated worker, the youth programs. We have the Wagner-Peiser piece. We have GCC and DVR as our core partners. But we also have required partners if they exist in the territory. And in this case, we have Public Health, TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, and then the SNAP program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which comes into the welfare to work kind of concept. And we are partnering with public health in that. We actually have one of our employee development workers who goes up to public health twice a week and sees the public health participants and those that are eligible for work programs. They'll be bringing them over to the American Job Center so that we can go through the processing, hopefully hook them up with an employer, as well as training them to, sustain the work that they're in.
Let me ask this, maybe this is not too relevant here, but at some point it might be. When you're talking about entry-level jobs, I mean, based on the minimum wages going up, okay? I think internationally, I think Asia has done a great thing with this. I think Japan is very advanced in this. I think Korea is very advanced with this as well. I think China is starting to do this. But in regards to entry-level jobs, a lot of those entry-level jobs are being taken over by robotics, okay? Where people are no longer on those entry levels. And so, again, the folks that come to you because they've been disemployed or whatever it may be, because now they've been maybe taken over by computers or whatever it may be, How would now when they come in as part of your employment development agency, again, they're needing to brush up on skills that maybe they never had. So not that they've never had work before, but now they need to learn new job skills. Where do they go to?
Well, that's where Phyllis's her expertise on getting the not students, but I say the job seekers who are needing more skills. We get them into other programs, and she'll expound more on it's called work experience and on the job training.
So like for those individuals who have never been exposed to the world of work, we put them into what we call a work experience program. It's like a 6-month program, and it again introduces the individual to the world of work. Then we also have another component, which is called the on-the-job training program, which is a program that's designed to upskill someone. Like you said, they've been taken over, their jobs have been taken over because of technology, right? So they need to learn a new skill. So we utilize the on-the-job training program. We usually give it about a year, and we partner with an employer and the agency. The department will pay 50% of that individual, or reimburse the company 50% of what the company spends for the wages and benefits of that particular individual. With the work experience program, the agency has funding to provide 100% assistance to the employer, provided that the employer, teaches that individual the rudiments of what it is to work in a job.
And you guys are not limited to certain age groups. I mean, of course, nowadays, I remember, maybe our moms and dads at the time, certain age, they want to retire. Now, just because life is a lot harder now, people are retiring and really can't make ends meet at this point. So they're having to work longer now, or once they retire this job, they're having to work something else. So they may have, again, I'm kind of the old school. I got into computers just a few years ago. I was scared to death about it. But maybe folks who not computer savvy as well, this is the reality of their work. So you're involved again in, can help them in that job preparation and training for the reality of today's world.
We have the auto worker program, and we concentrate on individuals who are 55 or older that, like you said, have retired and still need to supplement their income because it's not enough, and also learn a new trade, a new occupation. So we utilize that senior citizens community employment program to upskill these individuals who have retired from the system, who have been away from the world of work, and provide them with a training environment. And then we partner with the Senior Citizens Program to align that individual with an employer upon completion of their training program.
Okay, I got to take a quick break. We'll come back, we'll talk more about jobs, how to get a job. Be right back.